Hello, roleplayers. This is Cross, and this is your quick tip. Have you ever found yourself in a situation during a game where it seems like all you can do is make a check to break out of something or climb something? And so when it comes around to your turn, you just say, I make a strength check to break out of it. It sounds boring, it feels boring, and guess what? It is boring. Let's work on making that a little bit more interesting, not only for yourself, but for your viewers as well, your fellow players. Let's look at the situation. You're trapped by a web of some kind and unable to perform any action other than break free. When you're confronted with this situation, you only have a short time to come up with a plan. Look for anything in your inventory that will cut webbing or help deal with the webbing. Do you have a dagger or a knife? Do you have flint and steel, tinderbox? While considering your inventory options, also consider any environmental options. Are there any sharp rocks nearby? Can you rub up against something and try to cut the webbing? It's probably not going to happen, but if you have a battle map, just try to look around and interact with things that you see. Otherwise, have these questions ready for your DM when your turn comes up. So let me give you an example. The DM announces it's your turn, so you ask, I understand I'm restrained, but is there anything nearby that looks like I could use it to help me break free from the web? And it's either going to be a yes or no answer. If not, pull from your inventory. If you don't have a knife, sometimes you just have to get dramatic. Pull a flint and steel from your pouch, but, don't just pull out the flint and steel. Say, I struggle violently to try to pull the only thing I can think of to help me break free from this webbing. I reach into my pouch and manage to pull out a small box with 2 fingers. Now that I have it in my hands, I open it. My face cringes as I prepare for what's about to happen. Then I begin to strike sparks at the webbing. At this point, it's important to try to explain to your DM your actual intentions. Say, mechanically what I'm doing is trying to set the webbing on fire, and then my immediate goal is to try and put myself out as the webbing burns off. Give the DM time to tell you the result of your intentions, and assuming your plan worked, explain, as the webbing begins to burn, I jerk hard, trying to free myself from the weakened webbing. Then I need to put myself out, so I drop to the ground and roll around trying to put out the flame. Wait for the DM to reply to see if that worked. And assuming it did, then try to finish off your turn. Say, I get up. My beard is singed and parts of my hair now has a webbing pattern burnt into it. My gaze is now like a Medusa's glare, and the hatred burns through my eyes so clearly that even these spiders should instinctually be able to tell that they have unleashed terror upon themselves. Then conclude your turn. I'd like to point out that this technique is the same thing as saying, I make a strength check to break free from the web. But it's a lot more entertaining, and it's your spotlight to grab a hold of and do something with. It's going to allow you to do something memorable, and it's going to be a lot more memorable than rolling another d20. This is your quick tip, so give me a quick comment on what you think. Add some other role-playing advice for people, or just tell a story about a situation you were in where role-playing kind of got you out of a jam. I look forward to seeing your comments, and we'll see you later.